Final discussion I want to have, final player I want to discuss before we finish up. Bam Adebayo. Can he be an All NBA type guy this year?
Okay, let me I'll assume the argument that a lot of Heat fans will have. Let's just bring it up. Bam Adebayo can now shoot threes. Okay,
Apparently.
apparently. So if he actually starts shooting threes, hell yeah, for sure, hands down. Um, I'm just not gonna buy that yet. I'm not gonna buy that yet. And will he make All NBA? I think it will have to be on the backs of a tremendous change in his game. And I think that if anything, Khalil Ware, if he can play some serious minutes and support Bam Adebayo, and Bam can play a little bit more free on the defensive end, he doesn't always have to just get constantly battered and just like drilled down throughout the season. I think that's one thing is like his effort level kind of wanes near that All-Star period because I mean, dude, he's doing so much. Like he's defending wings and he's defending centers and he's getting just pummeled all season long. And he can do it, but it's at the expense of his offensive game. So if shooting threes is kind of a sign that he's trying to evolve there and he's trying to do a little bit more on the offensive end. And we think about the end of an era for Jimmy Butler. Eventually it's gonna come. And what's Bam gonna do? I think Bam has shown us some flashes on that end of the floor. We saw it in the playoffs too. Jimmy Butler is hurt. Give the ball to Bam, and Bam can create some offense on his own. He's really shown that he can do that. So maybe this is the year that he really like leans into that. Khalil Ware starts to help, take that load off of him a bit on the defensive end, and he can be a little bit more versatile on the offensive end. So sure, maybe.
Yeah, it's
There's a lot of things that have to break right,
yeah, that's true.
but I
It's like,
love the hope.
does he really have that next level leap where you see him as a guy who's averaging like 23, 10, and 5? Last year he was 19, 10, and 4. Finished second in DPOY. He was pretty efficient. Does he have that in him to kind of take over? Because like, so Jimmy Butler doesn't really play during the regular season. So like the
Yeah.
the options there for like them to really go all in on Bam and really see where he can take them as the offensive hub. And if they make that push, and like you said, Kelly Ware can kind of come in and help play some minutes at the 5, so Bam can play some minutes at the 4. I think that could be absolutely huge. And that's like you said, a lot of things have to break right, but he's definitely one I'm going to be watching to see if he can make that leap into that echelon of the top 15 players in the NBA.
Yeah. As a young NBA fan, I feel like I saw flashes like this from other players. I'm trying to think of who right now, but so many times you'd see guys shooting threes and you're like, "Oh, okay. Are we going to see more of that?" And then it just doesn't happen. And I think a lot would have to change. I mean, this would just be a crazy change of his play style, Brook Lopez esque. How many other players have reinvented themselves like Brook? Not many. In
No.
fact, can you name another player besides Brook Lopez who has completely shifted his game away from the basket and become a three-point shooter essentially? Bam would be one of very few. And I think if that's something he can add to his game, I don't know how much that changes things because I think teams will still play him like he is who he is and they'll let him shoot. But if he's turned some crazy corner and teams are gonna leave him open, maybe he's in for a pretty hot start if he just starts banging threes.
Yeah, like one thing I look at, like, can he even do like Anthony Davis 2020 numbers, which was like one make a game on like 3.3 attempts or something like that? Even like
Yeah.
even that, like that'd be
Yes.
a big jump.
Yes. And eventually, and that was interesting because like Anthony Davis was always someone that we believed could shoot, and then like that's just kind of gone away.
Hmm.
So that gravity lasted for a season and a half essentially, where teams were like, okay, he's really expanding his range. So do I believe it right now? No. Do I understand why Heat fans would be excited about that? Yes. Because I Bam is one of the best defenders in basketball. It's always gonna be a top 5 defensive player of the year. Unfortunately, maybe top 6 now that Wemby has arrived, but we'll give him a run for his money. Most switchable defender in the year of the league. So if he can just continue to develop that outside shot, he's already a near 20 point per game scorer, a guy who cannot shoot threes. That's a pretty rare occurrence in the NBA today.
Mhm.
He's a classic. He's a shot away. So sure, let's buy it. I'll buy some stock.
Yeah.
I won't buy all the stock, but I'll buy some stock.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, yeah. Buy in with it. You gotta. You're a big bang guy. You gotta buy in just a little bit. But